What is up, everybody? It is Divyansh here back with another video, and today we are going to be checking out what are ratios and proportions. Before we start, let's see what we are going to learn. What are ratios, which will have a couple of subtopics inside it, equivalent ratios, and what are proportionates. Okay, so let's start with number one. What are our ratios? Well, in mathematics, a ratio indicates how many times one number contains another. For example, if there are 8 oranges and 6 lemons in a bowl of fruit, the ratio of oranges to lemons is 8 to 6. Okay, let's continue. Example, let's just say there are 4 apples and 2 oranges. So the ratio of the apples to oranges will be 4:2. If I write the same ratio in the other order, it will be incorrect. Very important point, everybody. If we write the same ratio but in the other order, it will still be very much incorrect. Okay, so thus a ratio compares two different quantities. Okay, let's go next. Terms of a ratio. Now, for a given ratio A is to B, we say that A is the first term, and or we can say A is the antecedent. So there's a particular word, okay, so to resemble these terms in a ratio. So the first number will be known as antecedent or the first term, and the second number will be known as the second term or the consequent. But the more professional or formal words will be antecedent and consequent. So in the ratio 3:4, 3 is the first term or the antecedent, which is the first term, and 4 is the second term or the consequent. Properties of a ratio. The value of a ratio remains the same if both the terms of the ratio are multiplied by the same non-zero quantity. Now, non-zero numbers are numbers which don't have zero. It can be 10, 20, 30, 40, but it can't be zero. The number can't be zero pretty much. Okay. Example, 3:14 multiplied by 2. Now we multiply both of those digits into 2. So it becomes 6:28. Now if we divide the same ratio by 2 again, it will come back to its original form. So this is an equivalent ratio. Well, we are talking about it, and there we are in equivalent ratios. Equivalent ratios are the ratios that are the same when we compare them. 2 or more ratios can be compared with each other to check whether they are equivalent or not. For example, 1:2 and 2:4 are equivalent ratios. So let's just, now this again has doubled. This 1:2, the original ratio, has been doubled to 2:4, and these are equivalent because if you divide them by 2, the result will come as the original ratio, which is 1:2. Now let's see an example. Select the 3 equivalent ratios that are equal to 16:12. Now as you can see, 8:6 is equivalent. Why? Let's see. Because if you divide this by 2, if you divide them by 2, both of them are going to be divided by 2, and not divided, yes, divided by 2, they come as their equivalent form, and if you multiply them by 2 back, they come to its original form. So yes, these are divisible. Okay, let's see another one. 32:24. Now can you guys pause this video and see if it is equivalent or not, and also find out the reason. Okay, let's continue. So 32:24. Okay, so if we multiply this ratio into 2, if we multiply this ratio into 2, both of these numbers, then it will come as 32:24. If divided by 2, it will come back to its original form. So this is also an equivalent ratio. Let's see the next one. 4:3. Now you may be wondering, how is this equivalent? 4:3, odd and even. Pretty easy. First time when I learned this topic, even I got confused. So let's see, 4:3. If we divide this 4 divided by 4, we get 4, because 4 into 4 equal to 16. And if we divide this number with 4, it will be 3. And if we multiply both of these by 2 again, pumas, we will come back to the original form. So these three are the ratios which are equivalent to 16:12. Now let's learn what are proportions. Now this proportion will not be in the topic ratio and proportion. It will be the proportion which is knowing our numbers. What are proportions? A proportion is a calculation where 4 numbers are given and the first and the last numbers are multiplied, and if the result of the numbers is same with the second and the third number, then it's a proportion. Example, let's see our example. 14, 2, 3 and 4. First we multiply the first and the fourth numbers, which are 14 and 4. Now we multiply it and our result will be 54. Then we multiply 2 into 3, which our result will be, our result will be 6. So the result is not same, so this set of numbers are not a proportion. Very important, guys. This set of number is not a proportion because the result of the number is not same, and that's why it's not going to be a proportion. Okay. Now highlight this point because this point is very, very important. The first and the last terms are called the extremes and the second, third terms are called the means. These are again terms of a proportion. So thank you for watching, everybody. This was really fun. I hope I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.